Hey y'all, Serena Starlight Witch. I hope everyone's doing well and fabulous today. So today I want to talk about something that not everyone will agree with me on, but it's important to know. So if you're going to be practicing magic, your environment does play a very key role in your magical practice. I will say it is harder to practice magic in a negative place, especially the city. The city is full of negativity. It's full of pollution, toxins. It's full of negativity. It's full of, negative people, addicts. Your environment plays an important role of your magic. It will, people may not like it when I say this, but it will affect your magic. Your magic will be 1,000 times stronger if you live out in the country. If you live in mountains, if you live at the beach, somewhere where nature is. Water's good, mountains are good, trees are good. But if you're in a city, with a lot of cars, a lot of buildings, a lot of pollution, a lot of people who do very negative things, drugs, alcohol, going to strip clubs, gambling. If you're in an area like that, it's going to affect your magic. Your magic will be a lot weaker compared to someone who lives out in the country. It's just the truth, because your environment affects your magic. You can still do magic, and your magic will still manifest, but you're going to have to do some serious protection and cleansing magic for yourself in your home, your apartment, whatever. You're going to have to go 10 times harder than any other witch when it comes to cleansing and protection. You're definitely going to have to live a very strict lifestyle. But regardless, sorry, I'm trying to breathe. Regardless, living in, a place where there's, a lot of there's not a lot of nature, like a city, it's going to affect your magic regardless. Your magic just won't be as strong compared to someone who lives in nature. Nature amplifies your magic. Nature makes your magic work, for a lot of reasons. I live out in the country. Like it's spring right now in my property. When I go outside, it literally sounds like a fairy tale. I mean, I hear crows, I hear doves, there's hawks around, there's butterflies, there's lots and lots of trees and flowers and grass. All of that natural energy amplifies my magic. The birds help my magic. The trees, the grass, the flowers, the nature spirits, the tree spirits, all these things amplify my magic. Sorry, I'm trying to breathe, but I even had another witch tell me that, she was like, the land you live on is insanely powerful. She's like, the energy here is very intense. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? So it's your environment, the place you live at, it does affect your magic. It does. If you're going to be a witch and cast spells, I highly recommend trying to get a place out in nature, or at least near water, like maybe in the mountains, maybe close to the beach, maybe, just out in the country. Nature is very important for witchcraft and for a witch. It's important for grounding, it's important for your magic. Out in the country, the air is different, it's cleaner, it's fresher. All of these things affect your magic. Like, witches are magical. They're earthy. Like, no offense, but how powerful can you be if you're out in the city, where there's a lot of sin, where there's a lot of negativity, where there's a lot of pollution? You have very little connection to the earth, or the earth spirits, or the land spirits, or the animal spirits. Like, you have little to nothing that's magical in a city, or even like a suburb. I think that's what it's called. So, you would have to spend a lot of nature. Like, you would have to go hiking when you can, go to the park as much as you can. You would have to do what you can to get with nature as much as you can and spend as much time with nature as much as you can. I recommend plants as well. Getting plants, fish. Fish is good for magic. If you live out in the city, get you some fish, get you a beta, get you some plants, get you a fountain. Like, there's little plug-in fountains. Do the best to your possibility to connect with nature as much as you possibly freaking can. Being in nature, being with, connecting with nature is a big part of witchcraft. It's a big part of being a witch. There's something called modern witchcraft and like techno witch, like witches who use a lot of technology and they live out in the city. Like, I've heard of that, and like, you can't be that spiritual if you are not connected to nature. It's very important for your craft. It just is. So it's important as a witch, and it's important for your spell work to spend as much time with nature as possible. Go walking, ground yourself, go to the beach. The beach is really magical. But yeah, keep this in mind. Your environment, where you live, it is going to affect your craft, point blank, period. Like I said, this is not to offend anyone. It's just to spread awareness and information. If you live out in a city, if you live around a lot of people, a lot of houses, I would recommend trying to move if you can and try to get further out in nature if you can. If not, you want to spend as much time with nature as you possibly can. So yeah, guys, I hope this video helped. Let me know if you have any questions, comment, like, subscribe for more. Bye!